Hello guys, and welcome back to the second video. This is my E3 EA press conference response, and like before, I will have videos playing in the background or pictures like I did last year, and as you've seen for my Microsoft press response. But by the time this goes up, it'll probably be the day after the press conference has already happened, so since Nintendo's is the day of this being put out, expect Nintendo's tomorrow from when it's going on. So I think the 7th. Yeah, Nintendo's is on the 7th, so the Nintendo response will be up on the 8th. And then an overview of what I thought of the whole E3 as a whole will be the day after all of E3 is wrapped up and all the trailers have been out and everything. And I might get a guest or two in with me on that discussion. But first, as before, I've taken many pages of notes on the happenings of the press conferences for today, which is quite a bit of stuff to keep up with. Now, admittedly, as my notes went on, they got less and less specific. So when I talk about stuff, it may just be like a generalization of what happened there. But for the most part, I cover every game and all the stuff that's shown. But enough getting off topic here. EA, their press conference was pretty good. They had a few games which stood out from other games, but also they did go hard at their sports games also. They took out a big chunk of the thing for the sports games. And like I said, I believe before I said the Microsoft thing, I'm not a very big sports fan, so I'll cover them for the sake of covering them, but don't expect me to go into too much detail, because literally for this bullet point for Madden 12, I just wrote Madden 12, and I'll just explain what happened there during the conference, and I'll give you my point of my opinion on it. But first, let's start off with the very first game that they showed, and I'm glad they did, and that is Mass Effect 3. As I said in the Microsoft video, I have not played the Mass Effect franchise besides the first game, and I haven't played that all the way through. I am just now actually getting around to playing it. So I'm going to play Mass Effect 1 and 2 and 3 when it comes out on March 6th, 2012 was the release date for that. It was supposed to come out this Christmas, I believe, but it was pushed back, which kind of sucks, because that means it will be coming around this time next year, which is kind of frustrating. Because I'll be a senior and I'll be ready to go, live life, begin life, I guess. But anyway, the demo they showed at the EA press event was of your Shepard. I say your Shepard, but just Shepard, because you change him to depending on you know how the game plays out. But it shows him running away from. First, it's just this giant, like spider-esque looking thing, and you're just and they're like, what is that? It's a giant mechanical thing. And then as the video goes on, Shepard or someone yells, it's a Reaper. So the giant machine is actually a Reaper. So you continue just shooting at it, and I'll play a trailer, which I'll have that gameplay in the background, but I'll play a trailer right now where it's called the Fall of Earth trailer, gameplay trailer. It's the first gameplay footage trailer in-game footage that is actually available to anyone right now. So exclusive E3 trailer right here. So yeah, that's that. And like I said, I think this Mass Effect will be the best Mass Effect. I know it will be the best Mass Effect. Now people are complaining about the gameplay being too like a shooter, too action oriented now, but it's just I don't know. I personally like adventure action games with are heavy or light RPG elements in it, like Fallout, for example. Fallout and Borderlands are two great examples. I'm looking at them right now. They're two great examples of two games that do very well with having high action sequences and have a very good RPG element. But the thing about BioWare games is that, or like Dragon Age and Mass Effect specifically, they have very in-depth RPG elements. You have to do all kinds of stuff. No, not Square Enix or anything, but it's still pretty in-depth. And next up they had a game called Need for Speed The Run. I mentioned previously also in the Microsoft response video is that I'm not a big racing fan, but after I saw this game, it actually made me want to start playing racing games again. And that is because it just looked freaking awesome. I mean, it was probably one of the coolest looking racing games I've seen in a long time. And it's the first Need for Speed game to incorporate on foot race, or on foot, not race, on foot racing. Yeah, just hold down the X button, push forward. Now, on foot chase sequences. Like in the video, they show a guy being T-boned and being chased by some guys, so he ran out of his car. And you're controlling him, running around the rooftops, trying to avoid these people, hitting the triangle button or whatever button to do a quick time event to jump from place to place. It actually looks pretty cool. It's the Need for Speed arcadey style game that we've come to know and love, and it just looks really, really cool, in my opinion. And next they showed Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now, I'm not an MMO player, so this game doesn't really appeal to me too much, but I may give it a try. I just never really got into MMOs because I don't like the idea of a monthly fee for a game. Like, for anything else, yeah, sure, but not for a game. It just seems kind of dumb to me. I mean, I'm not trying to offend anyone. World of Warcraft, I've seen it. It looks very, very fun, actually. And I did have Guild Wars, which is an MMO, but it was a free MMO. So, yeah, I didn't really feel too bad about purchasing the game and not having to worry about a fee. But yeah, the whole thing is like the light side, dark side, Star Wars, a whole big question. If I was to personally choose a side after watching the video, I think I would pick the light side, just because I'm usually the good guy in all my games I have, where I have the moral choice or whatever. I like Fable. I never have been a bad guy, unless I intentionally wanted to be the bad guy. I've never been the bad guy. Infamous and whatnot. Still, it looks to be a very, very good game. I'm still a little confused as to where it takes place in the Star Wars universe. I'm not sure if it's before or after the main 6 movies. I'm assuming it's before, because I think KOTOR took place before the movies, before like Anakin, young Anakin series, Birth of Vader, I guess you can call it, the first trilogy. I'm just trying to get it all worked out in my head. Yeah, I think the two KOTOR games took place before the first trilogy, and I'm not sure where this one falls into place, but that's my assumption. And if you actually know, let me know in the comments below. The next game they showed was the one sports game that I was actually kind of excited about, was SSX. It's just SSX, nothing, no subtitle or anything. It's a reboot to the series. I loved SSX. I had it, SSX Tricky. I had it on the GameCube. I don't have it anymore. I think we might have sold it, but given it to someone or something. But it was a very, very fun game. I really liked that game a lot. This game looks similar to that, a little less on the craziness side of things. It's more realistic in the sense of the places that you visit. Not realistic in the sense of the things you do, but the places you visit. Like what they did is they teamed up with NASA, and they got permission to use NASA's satellite images to scan mountains in the whole entire world, and just give you a 1-to-1. I'm pretty sure 1-to-1 scale, or just at least a fraction or whatever. And you're allowed to board down any of these places, and they have three game options to choose from all those different mountain ranges, like the Himalayan, the Patagonia. I can't remember the mountain ranges off the top of my head, but I just remember those two stood out. But they have Race It, which is your classic racing game, Trick It, your classic trick game, and new to this, at least I'm pretty sure new to this, is called Survive It. What Survive It is that you are just dropped into a drop point in one of these mountain environments, and you just have to make your way down the mountain. There's no like borders or anything. You just go. Which to me, when I do get this game, because I will get this game, that is the mode I'm going to play. And this game actually comes out in January of 2012, so look for it then. I'm pretty sure it'll hit that release date, because this game has been in development for quite a long time. And the next two sports games they talked about were FIFA 12 and Madden 12. Now, some of the stuff in FIFA actually looked pretty cool. My brother is a fan of FIFA. I mean, we didn't get FIFA 11, we got FIFA 10 for him for his birthday, I think. So I might get, if FIFA 12 is out by August, which I don't think it will be, which kind of sucks, but FIFA 12, if it is out by then, I'll probably get that for him, just because. One thing they're adding to this time, I'm not sure if it was in last time. They kind of made it sound like it was, but also it wasn't at the same time. So I'm still a little confused on that whole thing, but it's called EA Football Club, and you know, for people that are wondering, but I'm sure this is common knowledge, football is also soccer. Soccer is football, football is soccer. It's the same thing. But then there's American football, which is Madden. America football, which is Madden. But anyway, EA Football Club, it's a cross-platform achievement thing. Like, it's really hard to explain, but it basically takes people from all around the world, and you can watch not watch games, but watch stats of real teams, bet against your friends, and just all kinds of, basically any football or soccer player out in the world can just have fun and compete against each other in a friendly environment. And there's also achievements laced in there, but I'm not exactly sure how that works out. But that's something to take a look at. And Madden 12 is Madden 12. I don't really care about football too much. American football. So, plus you can probably find tons of information on Madden 12 somewhere. But that's that. Another little minor thing they mentioned was the Sims Social, which is basically the Sims for Facebook. Yeah, and I don't remember who specifically made the joke, but someone took a crack at Farmville and said, "Oh, it's not just your standard farming social network game or something," and the crowd kind of laughed at that. And then this game came out of kind of nowhere. It's called The Reckoning, and now it looks similar to Fable and how it plays out, but from how they described it, it sounds like it will be a more large scale, like open world Fable, kind of similar to, or in the vein of like Fallout, like that kind of map, but just fantasy based with swords and magic and stuff like that. But it looks very, very similar to Fable, in my opinion. Yeah, let me know in the comments below, because I should have a video or a picture or something up right now of it. Yeah, I hadn't really heard of this until now, because I mean, there's only the few main games I keep up with that are worth mentioning. And then a little bit after that, after showing off that game and a trailer and some footage, I'm pretty sure, Insomniac, I want to say Ted Price. I want to say that's who is the head of Insomniac is. Yeah, because Todd Howard is Bethesda, I think. Yeah, so I think it's Ted Price. I always get those two mixed up and flipped and flopped. So I'm gonna say Ted Price. Ted Price came out and revealed a brand new IP for Insomniac Games called Overstrike. Now, what Overstrike is, it's a multi-platform game that it looks really funny. In my opinion, I mean, it's the humor and the big guns that go with any Insomniac game, like Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is one of the funniest, hands down, one of the funniest games of that series that is in existence right now. And the guns that go with the game are big. I mean, Resistance. Now it's not as funny, but it's still got the big guns, over-exaggerated guns, and things of the like. So that's a game to look out for. Looks like it will be a 4-player co-op experience, and it's full experience, I guess you could say. I don't know where I was really going with that, but yeah, it looks like it will be a very, very interesting game. I'll probably pick it up I'll probably pick it up. And then they showed Battlefield 3, which was shown quite a bit throughout all of this stuff. Now, Battlefield, I will actually say I'm looking forward to Battlefield 3 more than I am to Modern Warfare 3. Now you can let the hate roll in real quick. Type in the comments about why you despise me now or why you love me now. The reason I feel that is because what they showed looks so just far more polished than Modern Warfare 3 did. The tank play looked very, very nice. I really liked that. It's a change of pace for modern shooter games. That's the similar why I like Ghost Recon, because Ghost Recon is different. Like I said before, it's more of a tactical game, so I might not like it as much, but it still looked very different compared to modern shooters. So that's one reason why I enjoyed looking at the trailer for Battlefield 3. But then they also showed off their Frostbite 2 engine, which is the super crazy, high-detailed, destructible environments and crazy good lighting and all kinds of other things that frankly put a lot of other engines to shame, in my opinion, from what I've seen. But overall, I'm looking more forward to Battlefield 3 than I am to Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, and they said some other things along with it. I didn't realize that these were the same bits of information. They showed a multiplayer trailer. They said, I think it was jokingly, that the multiplayer will be 100% free. They're kind of poking fun at, I'm not sure if Modern Warfare has a paid online or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. But an open beta for multiplayer on various platforms will be available this September. What else is there? Tank battles, as I mentioned before. And I put looks freaking amazing, and it does. The graphics are very, very high-end. They're very, very crisp, very clear. They're running on a computer, and I don't think I could run on my computer, so I'd get it for either 360 or PS3, depending whichever system is in my room at the time, because right now I have both of them, because I am going to do more Portal 3 videos for you guys, and more Star Ocean videos, and another third game which I have in the works for you guys, which hopefully many of you will enjoy. That aside, enough plugging my stuff. The game Battlefield 3 is scheduled to be out on October 25th, which would be awesome. And that's how they ended off the E3. I mean, not the E3. I keep saying E3 whenever I go to say EA. The EA press event. There weren't that many games. Now, granted, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them were huge games. The other few being like Sims, Reckoning, and Overstrike. Those three not being as much on a pedestal as the other games I listed were. I mean, Mass Effect, huge. Need for Speed, I hadn't really heard of it till now, but it looks very big, so I'm not going to include that really. So Mass Effect, Old Republic, SSX, FIFA, Madden, I guess by default, and Battlefield. Those are just immensely large games that are just AAA titles that EA is shooting out. I was kind of disappointed though. I was praying for the announcement of like Dead Space 3. That would have been just amazing. Alas, I still haven't finished Dead Space 2. So, I hope you guys have liked this kind of response video. It's not really a response to the event as a whole. It's more of a look at from a gamer's perspective what I thought of some of the things, what I felt was cool, and you will see the 3 more videos, that being Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Hello Japan. My look at E3 EA press conference. I did it again. I'll see you guys later. Link on the video for my other videos. See ya.